What's up, YouTube? My name's Millennial Raider. Today we're going to be talking about if the Marshawn Lynch trade was actually worth it. Marshawn Lynch, the Oakland native, grew up with his mother and 3 older siblings. He would attend high school at Oakland Tech, then for college a few miles up the road at Cal Berkeley. Marshawn Lynch was drafted in the first round of the 2007 NFL Draft by the Buffalo Bills. The Raiders did have an opportunity to draft him. Me personally, I was excited they didn't because the Raiders were a hot mess at the time. Upon arrival to Buffalo, Marshawn Lynch was a bit confused. Being told he'd be going to New York, Marshawn Lynch assumed he'd be hanging out with Jay-Z on Times Square. Little did he know the difference between Buffalo, New York, and New York, New York. Being so far away from home, Marshawn Lynch would feel homesick but embrace Buffalo as much as he could. In Buffalo, we would see flashes of his greatness, but he was never considered one of the top running backs. With all that frustration, Marshawn Lynch would get into some legal troubles in Buffalo. In 2010, the Buffalo Bills sent Marshawn Lynch to the Seattle Seahawks for a 4th-round draft pick. And that's when he would become the beast mode that we know and love, making 5 Pro Bowls, 1 first-team All-Pro, and winning a Super Bowl. In 2015, after a great run with the Seattle Seahawks, after Super Bowl 50, Marshawn Lynch would post a picture of his cleats hanging from a telephone pole, officially announcing his retirement from the NFL. I couldn't help but be a little sad knowing that he would never be a Raider. That's until March of 2017. The Oakland Raiders were coming off a 12-4 season and were able to secure stadium plans in Las Vegas, announcing the team's official move. Marshawn Lynch knew his window becoming an Oakland Raider was closing soon. In that same offseason, the Raiders would let their running back Latavius Murray walk into free agency and sign a deal with the Minnesota Vikings. That left the Raiders a huge hole in the running back position. And then it finally happened. Marshawn Lynch would come out of retirement. The Seahawks would trade Marshawn Lynch and a 6th-round pick for the Raiders' 5th-round picks. Latavius Murray and Marshawn Lynch would spend the next 2 years with their new teams. Over those 2 years, Latavius Murray would make $4.5 million, record 1,420 rushing yards, 14 touchdowns, on 356 carries. In that same 2 years, Marshawn Lynch would be making $8.3 million, record 1,267 yards rushing, 10 touchdowns, on 297 carries. With that, Marshawn Lynch would also get into on-the-field issues with referees putting his hands on them, getting suspended during a Raiders playoff push. So the question here is, was the trade worth it? The Raiders ended up paying more money, moving down in the draft, and getting less production. Make sure you comment below to let me know what you think. Make sure you like and subscribe. Road to Warren Sapp.